Welcome to World Alert Updates. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. Breaking news. Kiev claims a major victory tonight, sending shockwaves through military circles and newsrooms worldwide. Ukrainian forces have just thwarted a secret Russian naval assault, a daring operation that could have changed the course of the conflict. In the dead of night, Russia launched a bold and covert mission, attempting to land elite Spetsnaz troops on the Ukrainian coast. Their objective was clear: seize a critical naval facility without firing a single missile or drawing attention. But Ukraine, anticipating such a move, was ready and waiting. What was meant to be a swift, silent takeover quickly unraveled into a catastrophic failure for the Russian side. Under the cover of a moonless sky, 3 advanced Kilo-class submarines glided silently through the dark waters of the Black Sea. On board, Russia's most highly trained special forces prepared for what they believed would be a flawless stealth mission. Every detail had been meticulously planned, from the timing of the landing to the equipment they carried. Their target was a strategic Ukrainian naval base near Odessa, a facility whose capture would cripple Ukraine's coastal defense network and give Russia a significant advantage. As the submarines surfaced just offshore, inflatable boats were quietly deployed. Confident and disciplined, the soldiers paddled through the inky blackness, convinced their approach was undetected and that victory was within reach. Each soldier had a precise role: secure the perimeter, infiltrate the command center, and hold the base until reinforcements arrived. The operation was designed to be swift and silent, leaving no time for Ukrainian forces to react. This was meant to be a surgical strike, not a brute force invasion. The entire plan hinged on surprise and stealth, aiming for a propaganda victory as much as a military one. As Russian boots pressed into the cold sand, the troops felt unstoppable, unaware that every step brought them closer to a perfectly prepared Ukrainian trap where the hunters would soon become the hunted. The plan, codenamed Silent Serpent, was the culmination of months of meticulous preparation and secrecy. Russian military planners considered it flawless, a masterpiece of covert strategy that would catch their adversaries completely off guard. Every detail was informed by exhaustive intelligence gathering, satellite imagery, intercepted communications, and on-the-ground reconnaissance. The chosen target, codenamed Seagull's Nest, was a linchpin in Ukraine's sea drone operations, making it a high-value objective. A secret amphibious landing, executed under the cover of darkness, was the last tactic the Ukrainians would anticipate at this location. Moscow's confidence soared, anchored in the stealth capabilities of their Kilo-class submarines, vessels renowned for their near-silent operation. These submarines could remain motionless on the seabed for hours, undetectable, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The plan called for a daring approach through a deep underwater canyon, believed to be a blind spot in Ukrainian defenses, making detection nearly impossible. Special forces underwent rigorous training for silent infiltration, rehearsing every step for a swift and decisive takeover. Intelligence suggested that nighttime security was minimal, with only a handful of guards patrolling the facility after dark. The operation's blueprint was clear: neutralize the guards, sever communications, and seize control of the base, all within a tight 30-minute window. For Russia, this mission was more than a military maneuver. It was intended as a powerful political statement to the world. A successful strike would not only cripple Ukraine's naval capabilities, but also send a message of humiliation to Ukraine and its Western allies, including NATO. The plan was undeniably risky, a high-stakes gamble. But the Kremlin's inner circle believed the odds were stacked in their favor, with a guaranteed payoff. Every variable was accounted for: weather patterns, tidal movements, patrol schedules, and estimated response times were all meticulously calculated. As the Silent Serpent prepared to strike, the sense of inevitability was palpable. The Kremlin believed nothing could stand in its way. While Russia planned in secret, Ukraine prepared in silence. The coastline near Odessa was protected by a sophisticated defense system, a web of sensors, cameras, and listening posts connected to a central command. Underwater acoustic sensors listened for submarines and ships. These passive sensors simply listened, day and night. When Russian submarines entered the canyon, Ukrainian sensors heard them. The alert was quiet and instant. On the surface, drones patrolled the coastline with high-resolution cameras. AI programs monitored feeds, spotting anomalies. The human element was crucial. In hidden bunkers, Ukrainian commanders watched data flow in. They cross-referenced acoustic data with drone imagery. They saw submarines surface and boats deploy. They tracked every Russian move but gave no sign they knew. The trap was not yet sprung. They needed the enemy to feel safe. As the first Russian boat left the submarine, the Ukrainian command center came alive. The commander watched red icons representing enemy forces moving toward the shore. Patience was his most powerful weapon. Every soldier had a specific role, rehearsed many times. Hidden defensive positions were brought to full alert. Ukrainian special forces moved into pre-assigned locations. They carried night vision equipment and suppressed weapons. Mobile anti-armor units blocked escape routes. The area was a carefully designed kill zone. Drones played a crucial role, carrying explosive charges. They hovered above, ready to strike specific targets. The goal was maximum chaos when the ambush was triggered. The tension in the command bunker was immense. The colonel waited until the last Russian soldier was inland. He gave the command, "Engage." The silent night was about to be shattered. Russian Spetsnaz soldiers moved with precision. They advanced from the beach, senses on high alert. The night was quiet, reinforcing their belief in an easy target. The lead element reached the wooded area near the base. The squad leader signaled and the team spread out. The radio operator tried to send a message, Phase 1 complete, but all he received was static. They dismissed it as a glitch, unaware of Ukrainian jamming. The soldiers began their final advance toward the base. They found no visible security, reinforcing their confidence. As the point man reached the fence, a flare shot into the sky. The sudden brightness blinded their night vision goggles. For critical seconds, they were in disorienting darkness. Their greatest advantage, stealth, was erased. They were exposed, confused, and in the center of the kill zone. The night explodes as the Ukrainian ambush begins. Suppressed machine guns opened up from hidden positions. Gunfire targeted Russian leaders and communication specialists. Drones descended, explosions ripping through the formation. The attacks created panic and chaos. Russian troops trained for offense faced a desperate defense. Armored vehicles blocked the beach, sealing off escape. The Russian soldiers were trapped, caught between the base and the armored wall. They fired blindly, shooting at shadows. Ukrainian defenders remained hidden, using superior position and night vision. The Spetsnaz soldiers faced an impossible situation. Their plan unraveled, isolated and surrounded. The element of surprise turned against them. The firefight was intense but short. Ukrainians had every advantage: position, technology, and information. The flawless Russian plan met a flawless Ukrainian defense. The silent invasion ended with a loud, clear message. Aboard the Russian submarines, commanders grew anxious. They lost contact with their landing party. Hydrophones picked up distant explosions and gunfire. The mission was compromised. Commanders initiated an emergency extraction plan. The first submarine prepared to launch a missile. But sonar detected high-speed objects closing in. Ukraine deployed sea drones to shadow the submarines. As the sub prepared to fire, sea drones attacked. Explosions caused a catastrophic breach, sinking the submarine. The second submarine aborted its missile launch. It tried to flee, but sea drones hunted it down. The third submarine faced a choice: rescue or retreat. It chose self-preservation, retreating silently. Onshore, Russian soldiers heard underwater explosions. They knew no help was coming. Their last hope of escape was extinguished. The flawless plan had collapsed. The silent invasion ended with a loud, clear message. As dawn broke, the fighting on the shore ceased. Russian special forces were decimated, exhausted, and surrounded. The sounds of underwater explosions crushed their morale. A voice called out, "Lay down your weapons, you are surrounded. You will receive medical attention, resist, and you will be destroyed." The remaining Spetsnaz soldiers faced reality. They were surrounded with no honor in a pointless death. Slowly they dropped their weapons and raised their hands. Ukrainian medics and soldiers secured prisoners and treated the wounded. The elite attackers, once confident, were now captives. Their high-tech gear lay scattered. Their perfect plan led to complete defeat. By sunrise, the operation was over. Ukrainian forces secured the area, capturing high-value prisoners. The destroyed submarines were a testament to Ukraine's naval drones. The silent invasion ended with a loud, clear message. The failed Russian raid offers a profound lesson for modern warfare, highlighting the evolving dynamics of conflict in the 21st century. In today's battles, stealth and brute force, once the cornerstones of military strategy, are no longer sufficient for achieving victory. The Russian plan was deeply rooted in outdated assumptions, relying heavily on traditional tactics that failed to adapt to new realities. They operated under the belief that their submarines and soldiers were invisible, cloaked by the shadows of the past. However, they were unprepared for a new kind of defense, one that was invisible to the naked eye, but powerful in its reach. This defense was built on the foundation of smart technology and real-time intelligence, creating a formidable barrier. Ukraine triumphed not by sheer strength, but by employing superior intelligence and strategic acumen. Advanced sensor networks acted as an invisible tripwire, alerting Ukrainian forces to every move. This system provided Ukraine with the most valuable asset in warfare: time. Time to anticipate, analyze, and act. With this time, they could see the attack coming, understand the enemy's plan, and prepare a calculated response. In modern warfare, the battle for information is as crucial as the physical battle on the ground. Ukraine demonstrated the immense power of a networked fighting force, where communication and coordination are key. Different units work together seamlessly, creating a cohesive and effective fighting force. Information was shared instantly, allowing for precise coordination and swift decision-making. This transformed a simple defensive stance into a complex and effective trap for the enemy. The future of defense lies in connecting every soldier and system, creating a web of intelligence and power. Through meticulous preparation and superior intelligence, audacious plans can be thwarted. Modern warfare resembles a chess match requiring strategy and foresight rather than a mere fistfight. Ukraine showed that a smaller, agile force can outmaneuver a larger adversary through strategic brilliance. The once silent submarines now rest at the bottom of the Black Sea, serving as a monument to a flawed and outdated plan, a reminder of the need for innovation in warfare.